Yo, what is up guys? It is Detox and welcome back to another video. Now I apologize for the wait on this video. I understand it's a few days late than when I normally upload, but let me explain. I have Game Pass on my PC and I've been grinding the fuck out of Black Ops 6, just playing CMG chows and trying to grind for camos. So that's what I've been doing, and I'm sorry that this video is a lot later than you would have expected, but I'm back into the swing of things now, and y'all have a shitload of Black Ops 6 gameplay to fucking look at. Anyways, without further ado, let's get right into the story for today. Now, this story is an interesting one. It features our friend Arnold from the last video. In last video, I kind of made Arnold out to seem like some sort of punk or some shit. But to be honest, this was his idea, and it was actually a very good plan until we went through with it. But before we get into the story, let me give you some context. At the time, I had just broken up with the girlfriend who I was with, and I was trying to find more things to do. Me and Arnold had been working out on a consistent basis together with each other for probably about a week straight, and at this time, I was really fucking feeling working out, but I also wanted to do something different. This is when I asked Arnold if he had any idea of where any drugs were at. Next thing you know, Arnold suggests to me that we should do some shrooms. I apologize to the First Time Fan series because you're definitely going to get the first time that I actually got high on shrooms. But in this case, I'd already done shrooms before and I was kind of comfortable with them. So I decided to tell him, hell yeah, buddy, let's go. Let's fucking figure it out and let's do this shit. Now, this was about at 10 o'clock in the morning when I was texting him. Normally, I wouldn't wake up this early, but I was so pissed off about me and my girlfriend breaking up. Spoiler alert, we're still together and we're doing great right now, but at the time, I was very hurt and I went on some fake fucking fitness journey and I ended up being 10 times fatter than I actually thought I would be. Anyways, fuck all that. I decided to smoke some weed in the morning, take a couple Jeebs, and let's see where the day takes us. Now, around 9 o'clock at night, I get a text from Arnold, and he tells me, hell yeah, man, I'm down to do it, but there are two problems. The number one problem is I don't know where to get the shrooms. The number two problem is I don't know what to do when we're on them bitches. And I thought in my head, okay, look, we can figure out the second problem once we address the first problem. So I start hitting up everybody on my phone, and luckily I have a friend of mine who decides to supply us with a chocolate bar, which is shrooms. So I relay Arnold the information, and he tells me he's all good to go. But we haven't solved the second problem yet, and this is where it gets into a back and forth. See, Arnold wants to go out and do some shit. Me, I want to sit back at one of our cribs and just hang out and listen to music. So we get into a bit of a back and forth, and we're not really arguing, but we're discussing the possibilities of each outcome. And I succumb to what he's saying because he actually made a lot of sense. He said, if we go out and we get into trouble, all we have to do is leave. If we get in trouble at one of our parents' houses, we have to deal with them. And that made so much more sense to go out and deal with the public rather than deal with our parents, because at this time, I'm not sure we were even 20 yet. So it made fucking perfect sense to do what he was saying. So that left me with the question, the infamous question that I had to ask Arnold. What do you suggest that we do? And Arnold had the most imperfect idea on the planet. I call it imperfect because it sounds perfect, but it's really not once you understand the situation we were in. Arnold suggested that we went to a trampoline park. Now, at the time, I was fucking geeking and I thought this was a fantastic idea. At the same time, I didn't really realize that the target demographic of trampoline parks is small children who just want to jump on the fucking trampolines. I was excited because the trampoline park that is close to where we stay has a fat ass neon sign out front. I thought it would look cool in the shrooms, and then me and Arnold would have a good time fucking around in there. What I didn't realize is that it was a fucking Friday and every fucking parent and child would be in that building. And look, I'm going to say this, regardless of if you like going to that types of shit, it makes you feel weird when you see a bunch of parents and children just sitting around there jumping on the trampolines, and you're like the only two adults there that doesn't have a young cousin or a sibling or a child who's there. It makes you feel fucking awkward. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, I felt so fucking weird. And we haven't even entered the trampoline park yet in this story, but that's how I was feeling inside. I'm gonna get it more into that. But let's take it back to when we took the shrooms. So we're sitting in Arnold's car, and I have the shroom bar. I acquired it from our friend. We had our little transaction, and Arnold asked, how much do I want to take? I'm sitting there saying, dude, I don't know, as much to get me fucked up. And Arnold was like, let's go, buddy. Let's split it in half and have a good time. So I decided to go with him. So we split that motherfucker in half, and we sent it. And buddy, oh my goodness, this is gonna sound like such a discombobulated story because it is. I remember what happened, but at the same time, I don't remember what I was feeling because I was tripping fucking balls when this shit happened. We pull up to the trampoline park, and I'm already seeing tracers off the big neon sign. I'm not sure what the business was called, but it was fucking advertised well, I'll tell you that. My God, that shit looked beautiful. So we walk in, we get our bracelets, and we end up getting to go on the trampolines. Once we're in, my buddy Arnold decides that we need to go to the 1v1 trampoline. And I'm wondering what this is, and he didn't call it this, but this is what I thought. But there's this one trampoline in the middle of the park where you both can practice tricks on, and you show which one has the better trick. Now, oh man, I'm leaving this shit in. Dude, okay, let's say this. I can't do any fucking tricks on a trampoline. I'm sorry. Regardless of how much I weigh now, regardless of how much I weighed back then, there's no way I'm coordinated enough to do any fucking tricks. But Arnold was fucking insisting that I tried to run up the wall. And I was getting so frustrated trying to do this shit when I couldn't that it just got frustrating for him too. So we were sitting on this trampoline for a goddamn 20 minutes, not noticing what was going around, like around us. And we kept fucking running this fucking trampoline. I'm so sorry if this story is fucked up. It's such a fucked up story. That's what I was thinking at the time. Eventually, we fucking get off the 1v1 trampolines and we get on the 1v1s where we can fucking hit each other with the foam. So we start battling with the fucking foam. You know those things that you put on your wrist? There was an episode of Zach and Cody where Zach had to fight the fucking girl or whatever who was a tough guy, and you had to knock her off the fucking beam or whatever. So that's what me and my buddy was doing. He whooped me like fucking 9 times out of 10. We did this shit, I don't even know, so many fucking times. I mean, this story is a mess, bro. It was a mess in my head when it was happening. But I finally get up, and this is what I realize whenever I get up. We are 2 grown men sitting in a place that's made for children. And I look around me, and there's all these little kids having fun with their parents. And I look at Arnold, and I'm like, buddy, what the fuck are we doing here? And I'm tripping fucking balls. I haven't even talked about my trip yet. I'm tripping the whole fucking time. And I look up and I have this realization. There is no reason for people this big. He's like 6'3", 210. At this time, I'm like 6'6", fucking the same weight pretty much. And we're just sitting there looking around, and we're like, bro, why the fuck are we even here? So we realize that maybe it's time to go home. We had our fun hour of us fucking around, but we're hogging the fucking stations for the kids to get on, and we're just enjoying that shit. It's so fucked to think about. So after we finally realize this, we get our shoes and we get the fuck out of there, and we get in the car, and now the trip is really hitting. And I start talking to Arnold. I ask him, how are you feeling, bro? Are you having a good time? Did you have a good time at the trampoline park? And he's saying to me, yeah, bro, I'm not even tripping that hard. Man, I can't even tell you what the fuck I was feeling. I was high as fuck. This is what I said in the last video when I gained a lot more respect for Arnold. He handled this trip so much better than I did. I was fucking going crazy in my head. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I just wanted to go home, so I told him to take me home. And once I got home, I went inside, watched YouTube. That was all good. I asked him if he had more to take the rest of the night, realizing that we didn't already finish the fucking bar. But he pulled up, and we smoked for a little bit. But that was the end of that. I'm sorry if this story was not a big one. It probably should have been for the break that I took. It was an extra 2 days or some shit like that. But yeah, guys, that is the story for today about how I took shrooms at a trampoline park. It was interesting, but it made me realize that, once you get to a certain age, you probably don't want to be going to a fucking trampoline park. That's what I'd say after this one. Yeah, I just listened to the whole video again, and I probably could have gone into more detail, but I'm honestly being lazy now because of BO6's launch, and I promise not to do that again. I got some more crazy stories that are coming down the line. Again, guys, I'm sorry for the fucking late upload, and I hope that you fucking aren't disappointed. It is a fucking good story, but I will come to you with much better ones in the future. Anyways, guys, if you enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, leave game suggestions in the comments section down below, and I will see y'all in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your week. Thank y'all so much.